Okay, so the question is, and I have to kind of laugh at this a little bit because I get this question a lot. I've heard a lot of this, and it's really interesting that it's being pulled out the hat for tonight. The question is, how exactly is a man supposed to come to a woman who is educated, maybe has, as we call, is degreed up, made, have her own house, her own car, basically the kind of woman who doesn't need a man, so to speak. How are you supposed to come to that woman, a woman who says, you don't come to me like that type of thing? And what I can say about that is, once again, these things depend upon the person that you are coming to. There's no blanket response. There's no standard response for this stuff, because people go through different things in life, and people come from different places, different environments, different experiences and backgrounds, and so their expectations may be different. And so to think that every woman who has a degree is stuck up and you have to come to her a certain way is really not accurate. I myself, I have degrees and so forth, and I definitely have very high expectations, and there are certain things that I'm just not going to respond to. But that's a result of the respect I have for myself. It's a result of my upbringing, of the environment that I come from, and even now the types of individuals that I associate with. We just would never deal with any nonsense. We're not going to deal with a guy coming to us disrespectfully. It's not going to happen. However, and I have seen it, the same women who are in front of classrooms, who may be college professors, PhDs in the schools teaching, exec in companies, maybe even Fortune 500 companies and so forth, who have a lot of education, who have degrees, and who are respected members of the community and so forth. These are the same women sometimes who are out at the club listening to the booty shaking music, disrespecting women. I'm gonna take it out your mouth, and then I'm gonna stick it in here and back it up, and they're out there dancing harder than these little young girls are. And so it's really interesting, because at those places, a lot of times there's going to be a certain type of male that is there, and it might be the pants sagging guy, shaking his dreads, and with the hat to the side, might have a grill, kind of what we call street guys or whatever. And this is not bashing anybody. This is not saying that all of those guys are bad, but what I'm saying is, you have what I call an inconsistency because what happens is, those same women are going to get approached by these guys because they're in the same place and they're having the same common reaction in response to the music, to the messages in the music. But then when the guy comes to the woman, hey, can I get them? Ooh, you got a big and a ooh, I like to. Then all of a sudden the woman wants to say, you don't come to me like that. You need to come to me like a lady. But you wasn't acting like a lady when he was just rubbing his package against your behind while you out there reverberating on the dance floor. I mean, you can't have it both ways. And so that's where that inconsistency comes in. So to answer your question, I would have to say that it truly depends on who it is. Who is the woman? What are her expectations? It has a lot to do with what's going on with the person. I mean, the woman may get tired of a certain type of guy. Sorry. You all see how strongly I feel about this. She may get tired of a certain type of guy. Women like that do get tired of the straight lace, conservative guys who are what they call stuffy stuff shirts and all of that, and maybe they want a little bit of excitement. Maybe they want a different type of guy. Maybe they want a little young roughneck dude to try to give them, a little bit of a different taste. But that's that particular woman. That's where she is at that particular point in her life. So it's in my opinion an overgeneralization to say that all women who are independent, who are highly educated, who hold high positions, that they all want to be approached in a certain way, because that's just not the case. And so that's the answer to that question. You gotta, it's like a hit or miss thing. You have to try it. I would say, as a general safe rule of thumb, approach all women respectfully. Approach them respectfully, and I think you'll be okay. Now, if you approach a woman respectfully and then she does not respond to that, then you have to ask yourself the question, if that's a woman you even want to deal with. Do you even want to deal with a woman who doesn't respond to respect? But that's something that a guy has to figure out for himself. So that's my take on that, guys. Until next week, see ya.